Opposing viewpoints are always welcome.
What do you mean you don't agree with me? Do you know who you're dealing with?
You're listening to The Rob Dibble Show.
It's time for Who Ya Got.
Who you got?
Who ya got?
Trying to get all the games situated. There's just so much going on right now.
Isn't there?
Well, I was just running back from the office because I had to check on marchmadness.org where CT Humane Society actually was against this crappy Hermitage cat shelter from Arizona. It's neck and neck, fellas. Neck and neck.
You don't need no cats.
We don't need no stinking cats. We need more dogs.
Mo dogs in here.
Again, marchmadness.org. A couple of bucks may be the difference. Go to find the CT Humane Society tab and donate to push them over the edge. Who you got, guys? Now we're looking ahead because you got only a day, really not less than 24 hours to get your brackets in, no matter where you're turning your brackets. Kurt, you can't show up on Friday and say, "Oh, I got my bracket done." Everybody's gonna laugh you out of the building, kick you in the butt on the way out.
That happens every Friday.
Who's your Cinderella? I need a team that you guys have going Sweet 16 that's bigger than a 9. I'm talking a 10, 11, a 12, a 13, a 14, a 15, dare I say a 16 in the men's bracket. Cinderella, who's wearing your slipper, Kurt? Who you got?
How high?
Bigger
I'll
than
go
a
first.
9. All right.
Drake.
Oh, Drake. Great.
I like the bold move there.
A lot
Well,
of number one
because-
hits.
If you listen to Scott Spinelli, Drake's got 4,000 point scorers in their lineup. So I'll go with guys that can score points for 1,000. Alex.
Wow. Drake for dibs. Kurt, you got
Cooley.
anybody yet?
Let's go Providence.
You're taking Prov, huh? Sticking Big East.
Because I got the haircut to match.
Oh, they're in 11. It's a good call, although Kentucky's been hot lately.
Man, gosh, there's some ones that I just don't want to say because, like, I could say VCU. I could say
That was tickling
Iona.
my fancy.
They're both in UConn's bracket.
I'm going to go College of Charleston. I've been on this train for about 3 weeks now. I know a little bit about this team. They've got 4 guys that average over 11 points. They only score about 60 a game. Now, depth on offense, I hear you. I know what you're thinking. But they just win. They're one of these 30-win teams that's getting no respect. I do like San Diego State, the team they play first, but I do not like Virginia, that 4 seed that's in their pod. I just feel like if College of Charleston pulls the upset off on San Diego State, count them for 2. Give me C of C in the Sweet 16. Hit me in the face. You guys got your Final Fours yet? I mean, I know you're waiting till the play-in games are over. I know you haven't had your brackets yet. But you got your Final Fours in yet? Dibs? Who you got?
I'll go with chalk. Houston, Kansas, Purdue, and Alabama.
Wow! Wow! It's only happened once ever, all 4 number ones. But
It's gonna happen for a
sometimes
second time.
I tell people to do this because the odds of them all making it in, yeah, that's tough. Dibs is trying to pull off a miracle here. The odds of 3 making it in, slightly better. But wouldn't you want all 4? So when you miss that 1, you're at least going to get 3? The odds of 2 getting in, pretty damn good. Dibs might have at least 2 with that pick. Kurt, who you got?
I got Baylor,
Baylor.
Houston,
Okay.
Kansas State,
Ooh.
and UCLA.
Wow. Oh, no ones. No ones for Kurt.
Right.
Kind of like that. Kind of like that. All right, this is what I got. Give me Arizona. Give me Duke.
Wow.
Give me UConn.
Hey! Wow.
No! Give me the Miami Hurricanes. I want Miami in that Larinaga crew.
That is totally absurd.
Hit me in the face, Kurt. Women's bracket time. Now, this is maybe where you want to go some chalk. I'll tell you what. The upsets are few and far between in women's basketball. However, as far as upsets go, there have been more upsets recently, especially last season, than there ever have been. Parity is hitting the women's bracket. Dibs, who you got?
We got Alabama, Stanford, UConn, and
Wait,
I'm not going to go with Indiana.
You mean South Carolina or Alabama? I'll give you Alabama, but
I said South Carolina. Women.
Right, you did now.
South Carolina.
Okay.
South Carolina, Stanford.
Okay.
LSU and UConn.
Ooh, he loves them some Kim Mulkey. That's all
do.
that is right there. Kurt, women's Final Four. Who you got?
Got to put South Carolina in there.
Got to. You just got to.
I like LSU.
That Kim
You like
Mulkey
Kim
love.
Mulkey, too.
Kim
She's a
Mulkey
good
love.
dresser and a great coach.
It's sad.
She's a mad, mad woman. She's a mad woman. And I'm not talking
Sad
angry.
UConn and Duke.
Wow.
Down here in the lower ends.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Excellent. I'm going South Carolina.
Gotta.
I'm going my Indiana Hoosiers.
It's a trap.
I'm going my UConn Huskies.
Damn!
And I'm going Caitlin Clark of Iowa. Give me that score. Wow, a quick session of who you got. Let me try to run it back top of my head. My Final Four will be Caitlin Clark of Iowa, South Carolina, of course, Indiana #1 seed taking on UConn. Dibs is going South Carolina, of course. Give him Stanford. He wants UConn and Kim Mulkey of LSU. Kurt is also on that Mulkey train, also on that South Carolina train, wants Duke and UConn. Those are our women's Final Four. Men's Final Four, old Chalkster McGee. Dibs is taking all #1 seeds. Kurt is going, this is the tough one. How do I remember this? Kurt is going Baylor. Kurt is going Providence. Kansas State, UCLA, and Houston. We have a problem, sir. I will be going Zona, Duke, UConn, Miami.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
Oh, I can't wait for this tournament to begin. Cinderella stories. Dibs is taking Drake. Kurt's taking Providence. I'm rolling with College of Charleston. That's who we got.
Charleston Chew.
So if you listen to the show and you're trying to pick an upset, I would not pick those three.
No.
Those three probably will be losers. And,
Probably in the first round.
you know, go to 979ESPN.com, look at our brackets, and go opposite. That would be our
Oppo.
best advice.
You get nothing. You lose.
Stall for a while. I got to get the rant bracket and try to update
wow.
it. Sorry, hold on.
All right,
Well,
well,
this is moving on.
we've been watching them go over the rule changes with the guy who really helped Rob Manfred do it, Theo Epstein. And I know a lot of people love him because of the 2 championships in Boston and his one in Chicago. But some of this stuff is just so ridiculous. Just to explain what they're talking about now, they're comparing AAA games to Major League games. Once again, add 40 to 45 minutes for commercials for Major League games. And that's a lot of the differential. So when you're talking about a AAA game going 2 hours and 18 minutes and a Major League game going 2 hours and 55 to 3 hour and 5 minute games, you can never, because of advertising and marketing dollars, cut out 2.5 minutes of commercials. The networks won't do it. You couldn't show baseball at the Major League level. So, you know, the more they talk about it, the more I laugh about it, because in spring training, you're not paying for your advertising. So
Exactly.
again, they're coming up with fictitious numbers that can't support what the regular season 162 game schedule is, which is advertising dollars. Now, they did do it during COVID, and it was amazing. Cut down like 30 minutes on the game because you cut out a lot of the commercials. Now, if you went commercial free, I'd love to see the times of those games. I'm going to say 2 hours 15, 2 hours and 20. People would be very excited about that. But I think here's the
But we're
big
still
thing.
using all this pitching, too. That takes time.
It does.
Every
It
time you
does.
change a pitcher, man.
Yeah, I mean, you keep thinking that everybody throws over to first base 8 times. Not many. I never threw over to first base. It wasn't in my repertoire. So the throwing over 2 times, you're actually helping the pitchers more.
Totally agree.
Those are okay. Then let them steal. Then on the 3rd time, now I know I'm going home. We'll pitch out. It's more strategy.
I'd love to be a base runner this year.
Yeah.
I'd love to be a base runner. I have no fear whatsoever. I have no fear, even if oh man, they got me. Like you still got to throw it, and you still got to make the play, and they're bad at that still.
Here's another thing that you're not putting in context. I can step off. What are you going to say? You can't step off?
I haven't seen that yet, though.
Well, I'll step off. I don't need to throw over to make you go back. I'll just step off.
Does that not count with the pitch clock, though? That's what.
No, you step off, it resets.
That's what I thought. If I step off, then we're just back to 25.
Yeah.
Right. So, then what are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
We're doing a little dance.
I didn't know
I've
that.
yet to see that part of the dance, and I'm interested to see how they work that kink out. But that's a major kink that we've been talking about for a while. Now we've done this in AAA, we've done it in AA,
or do it like Max Scherzer does: hold.
That's what's going to happen.
And you vary times. It's what I was taught. What I spent 4 years in the minor leagues learning. Vary your times to home. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, go. Oh, okay. 1 Mississippi, go.
Yeah.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, go. You're varying your times. Guy at second base, don't be a one looker. So now I'm just going to hold and hold and hold and then go. And wait till I lull that guy. You can't be dancing at second base all day. So there's so many ways you can combat some of these new rules. It's just they think they're so damn brilliant, these nerds. It's like, okay, so you're winning right now in spring training. Let's see how boring this gets during the regular season when people aren't hitting like they're supposed to. They're not getting on base, and it's still the lack of action that now who are you going to blame? You can't, because you're not going to blame yourselves. The nerds don't want to blame themselves.
I love the bases, but I don't understand why we did it.
Because it's a shiny object. Then.
Is that it?
If I get you to look at my shiny object, you're not going to notice all our other faults that we have over here.
I'm still with those little half inches that are going to be the difference in being out and safe. And is it to add more runs? Is it just to have safer base runners? Like when a guy gets thrown out, that's great. I love that play.
Right.
I actually like that better when he's thrown out instead of when he's safe. I'm just talking about a fan watching baseball here. I think the pitch comm has been the most help on speeding up the game.
Yeah.
I think giving the pitcher the pitch comm is raising it to
I can give you my
level.
pitch before I get up on the rubber.
And we're going, baby.
We're going. I'm just getting up on the rubber.
And I didn't like that, and I can change it even easier instead of going through a 4.
As I said from day one with that whole nonsense, your strategy as a hitter is to disrupt the flow of a pitcher that's in his groove.
I get that.
And if I'm trying to slow down Verlander or slow down Scherzer, and I can't now because I got to be in the box, that helps them.
I understand that, and I agree with that. I don't care on that one. I really don't care if the hitter is struggling, and I understand it's going to create more strikeouts, and they're not going to have.
You will care because when they're hitting 220 again, the same people that are trying to get more action are going to be, why don't we have action? Well, because you're forcing those guys to get in there before they're ready.
I'm just a proponent of let's go. Let's go. Like, I understand that it is a strategy thing and trying to take time for the pitcher and making him think and making him sweat, but let's go. Come on. Get in there. Let's go.
We saw with the submarine guys some issues about getting the ball to the plate on time and how you can just run all over those guys. What about the rock the baby delivery? That seems like it's a very slow delivery.
They got rid of it.
Is it gone? Has it gone already?
And trust me, when I was playing, you think I didn't want to warm up or wind up like Satchel Paige? Of course I did. I used to do all that stuff as a kid. But they said that's stupid. Don't do it. You're trying to confuse the hitter. You can't deceive the hitter. That's why I had to take jewelry off.
Right. No white sleeves.
Again, so exactly, no white sleeves. It's in the rule book. Just enforce the rules. Enforce the rules and make the game go the way it's supposed to go.
All right, let me enforce these rules. We got results from yesterday. Mad at your team bracket, and all of our picks move forward. For the second region in a row, the 8 beats the 1.
Nice.
Peyton Manning moves on over Dennis Green. Manning's dumb kicker remarks and rant gets the best of Dennis Green's.
I was drinking.
Who I thought they
Crazy.
were.
I'll deal with that later.
Then the 4 on top of the 5. Coach Bennett needs more dogs. Moves on past Jim Mora's player.
Too many cats that can't get past the screen door.
A local one survives. Gino Ariema's body language rant beats out Coach Hawkins. We're talking intramurals, brother. Go play intramurals.
You get 3 weeks off.
Ditka loses to his former player, Mike Singletary, with the I want winners over
You want
top
crazy Kim Mulkey eyes? You got it. It's
Man.
Mike Singletary.
I'll tell you what, I'm surprised we didn't have any Mulkey in this mix. Maybe we should reseed some fields.
You
and
might
put
want
Kim
to.
Mulkey back in here. I'm gonna have to.
I'd
do
like
some
just to get her on the
research.
show.
I'll be scared of that.
Can you call LSU's SID?
Yeah, we can make that.
I love her, man.
She's scary to me.
I think she's awesome. I think
Scary.
there's nothing better than a coach that throws their garments into the stands when they're pissed. She does the helicopter.
There's some things that Kim Mulkey does on the sidelines that would make the drama club give her some gold ribbons. Like she milks the situation many a time.
She knows what she's doing, man.
And I think, even being more from Louisiana and them people down south, they appreciate it a little bit more than I think Baylor did.
Yeah, I think LSU loves her. They're glad that she took off.
Utah LSU. I want to see that Sweet 16. I think that'd be a really good game. And if she wins that, the recruiting ball starts rolling, and LSU is going to be a Final Four contender for years to come. She's scary. She scares me.
She is. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Mr. Al Gattullo joined us earlier talking about Aaron Rodgers and the Giants and all the football stuff. And then we talk some basketball, a little baseball. Al Gattullo, your New York sports guru from 970 The Answer in New York City, has a show with Joe Piscopo in the morning there, and also does the Craft Beer Cast 11 o'clock. That's a little bit late for the youngsters, but it's perfect for us adults on a Sunday night. Al Gattullo next, everybody.